Hello and welcome back to my Ultra Sun Battle video series. Today we are once again sticking with my Solgaleo Palkia Sun series team, except this time we're going to showcase kind of my Salamence. I don't think it does too much in this battle, but it does set up Tailwind, which helps to counter the opposing Crobat's Tailwind. My opponent has the Crobat, Togedemaru, Solgaleo, which is interesting. Because Solgaleo was never a very popular Pokemon in VGC, and Kyogre, arguably the strongest Pokemon in both Sun and Moon series, being able to dish out some very powerful Scarf Water Spouts. So, yeah, let's get right into the battle. Alright, so we are challenged by this trainer, and I'm going to leave my Tyranitar and my Salamence. And then Crobat and Togedemaru are going to be my opponent's leads. Now, the spreads for both of these Pokemon are quite basic. Salamence 252 in special attack, 252 in speed. Tyranitar is 252 attack, 252 speed. Now, it sounds really weird, but I wanted Tyranitar to be kind of fast enough after a Dragon Dance, both out of Trick Room, and then he's still pretty slow, so he works well in Trick Room as well. So I'm going to protect my Tyranitar. Crobat is going to set up a Tailwind. Togedemaru is going to Nuzzle, unfortunately paralyzing my Salamence, but all my Salamence was really there to do was Tailwind, which we do successfully get off. So it's going to mitigate Crobat's Tailwind, which is going to be pretty big going into the rest of the battle. Crobat and Salamence are going to be buffeted by the Sandstorm, and a Super Fang is then going to be launched into my Salamence, and Nuzzle is going to be used to paralyze my Tyranitar, which is unfortunate, but that's how it is, I guess. Rock Slide is going to come off from the Tyranitar, hitting the Crobat super effectively, and the Togedemaru gets a nice chunk as well. And with a crit. Crobat's red card is going to withdraw Tyranitar, which I was actually pretty happy about. Palkia is going to come in, my Choice Specs Palkia. Going to exert its pressure. And I'm going to go for Hydro Pump into the Togedemaru, and unfortunately miss, which was pretty unfortunate. I don't know if I would have KO'd the Togedemaru from that range, but it definitely would have done quite a bit of damage. So I'm just going to withdraw my Palkia, going back into Tyranitar. Not really wanting my Palkia to get paralyzed, as it is a pretty big win con in this game. Not taking that much damage from Kyogre. Super Fang's going to go into my Tyranitar, kind of taking down its longevity a bit. Nuzzle's also going to go into that Tyranitar, so I'm happy I switched. My Palkia didn't get paralyzed. I think at this point I'm just waiting for the Sandstorm to take out the Crobat, so he doesn't have to, or he doesn't get to Super Fang anymore and kind of hurt my Pokemon's longevity. Spiky Shield's going to come out on the Togedemaru. Super Fang is yet again going to go into my Tyranitar, just slowly being whittled down. Hydro Pump is going to go into the Togedemaru, but it's going to be protected. And Dragon Dance is going to up the Tyranitar's speed by 1, which doesn't matter too much because we are still -1 due to the paralysis. Now Crobat's going to go down, which gives my opponent a free switch-in, but our Tailwinds are going to wear off, meaning that my opponent won't be able to get up another Tailwind. Now Kyogre is going to come in, and this thing is a pretty big threat to my team. Palkia is kind of the only thing that doesn't get straight up O-code by it at this point, so I'm kind of looking scared by this thing, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to protect my Tyranitar, probably wanting to sack Salamence for this free switching to Palkia, as Nuzzle's just going to go into the Tyranitar. There's not really much for the Togedemaru to do at this point, but yeah, Kyogre's Spout is going to take out my Salamence, and this Kyogre also isn't Scarf because Togedemaru moved before it, so that was very interesting, I found. I'm actually going to go into Incineroar here. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe I could fake out and switch Tyranitar into Palkia, trying to set the sand back up and hurt the Kyogre's Rain. But Togedemaru is going to be withdrawn into Solgaleo. This is probably a superpower variant. I don't know why else he would have brought it in here. I'm actually not going to switch out Tyranitar. I'm just going to fake out the Kyogre. It's going to flinch, and I'm actually going to crunch right into that Solgaleo and just take it out right there. So I'm not exactly sure my thought processes through these games. If you couldn't tell, I was new to VGC at the time, and as a result I do make some questionable plays. But I am going to withdraw Tyranitar now, wanting to preserve the sand, going into Palkia, who will take a lot less damage from Kyogre's attacks. I probably want to just sack the Incineroar here so I can get sand back up, as Nuzzle is going to go into the Incineroar and paralyze that thing. And then Kyogre's Water Spout is just going to knock out the Incineroar, really no questions asked about that. But Palkia is not going to take that much damage from it, as we do Quad Resist it. And now my Tyranitar is going to come back in and set up the sand, which is good for me because Kyogre's Water Spouts will be doing even less to my Palkia. And unfortunately, my Tyranitar does get paralyzed. I went for Protect there, did not work. Nuzzle's going to go into my Palkia, which is unfortunate because now I could get fully paralyzed and lose the game pretty much. Water Spout's going to go into my Mons, doing considerably less to Palkia, but still quite easily picking up the KO on my Tyranitar. And I'm going to go for the Spatial Rend into the Kyogre, probably fishing for a crit here, but we are Specs, so it would do a lot regardless. It takes the Kyogre to almost gone, and I'm pretty sure that it would be Specs or something, because it just took out a more Zingzap first off, bringing my Palkia down very low, but we barely survive. Kyogre's struggle, actually, because of pressure. It's going to take out the Kyogre and leave Palkia at 3 HP. And now, with the Spatial Rend, I'm not sure if this would KO or not, but I just went for it. And Specs Palkia Spatial Rend does not even need a crit for Togedemaru to go down. Just a testament to the strength of Palkia. So we barely pulled that one off, but that is going to be a victory, kind of showcasing Tyranitar and especially Palkia holding up to the end there. I did make some questionable plays. My opponent, I'm sure, definitely was not expecting me to stay with Tyranitar when I faked out his Kyogre. In hindsight, I probably could have faked out and crunched the Kyogre and had a lot better of results. I probably would have pulled away the game in a less close sort of scenario there. But this game is how it is. It was quite an enjoyable battle, so GG, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I don't think the next battle is a Sun Series battle, so, well, it could be, actually. I think it might actually be a best of 3. I might record that in one video, but regardless, yeah, see you guys then.